Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and we're back with Transport Fever up in the Alps. You're watching a cargo ship. Very insightful there. It's a fuel tanker heading out to Thun, completely empty, which is not exactly what we wanted to see. Meanwhile, this little chap is doing the shuttle business, currently taking 12 of 15 fuel between the two hub main depots there. And that's what we spent an awful lot of time trying to get right in the last episode. And to be honest, the first thing I'm going to do with this right now is I'm going to change it because it's just not getting any play as far as the food. There, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not getting any action as far as food is concerned. So I'm going to make it oil, liquid fuels. Specialist. There you go. I found the words eventually. Just purely in order to try and make it semi-profitable. It's not really profitable at all, and it probably won't be. But keeping things moving around is going to be helpful. Right. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we are. Replace that now for 1.7 million. Brilliant. Nothing better than having a brand new train that you change up pretty much immediately. Anyway, my thinking is that once demand is such that a mixed consist is necessary, rather than putting a mixed consist train on there, which doesn't really work that well. I've always struggled with mixed freight, but instead of that, what I'll do is I'll set a second one in motion. I mean, as much as I've got the platforms available, I think instead what I'll probably do is have 2 shuttles running back and forth, because, I am a fan of incredibly busy-looking lines. You could have dropped this up here, chum. You didn't need to drive all the way down there. Anyway, there it is, 17.6 of your 1,000 right there. And it's not unloading at the highest speed you'll ever see, but there we go. Already, we've made a little bit more value out of this, and as you can see, it's losing cash, but not at such a rate to make one despair entirely. Anyway, there it goes. Odd-looking beast that it is. Meanwhile, here comes the food train. And sites such as this, where there is the coming and the going on a frequent basis, should become quite commonplace over time as we expand what we're operating. Anyway, today is more of the same. We're going to be working on further expansion because doing so should lead to more activity. The money's coming in quite nicely. Where are we? 40 million in, only 32 out. So we're 8 million up on the year if you put aside the spending that I'm doing, and that's pretty fine. Now, I mean. What I have got coming up, hold on, if we can Colonel Cam along, so he's shifting too much. So this Flying Scotsman is the Intercity express route, and it's got a good long route that it currently runs. See, look, yeah, you get the timing right, and it just works beautifully. We're going to click on it now. There we go. So fully on board. It's making plenty of money every year. But it could be going faster, and it's making a bunch of cash because of the range that it runs on. So there's upgrades to be done, and I think that I know exactly what I'm going to put on there, but I'm not going to do it today. We're still working on goods right now, and once we've got that, we'll press on to other things. So see, what I haven't done is I haven't thought through exactly what it was I was going to do today. What else is new? You haven't thought something through? How bizarre! No, what we're going to do is we're going to run a secondary. Food train out from here, continuing to work with this increasingly convoluted junction, which I might rebuild the whole of. Not right now. At some point, I'll rebuild the whole of it, and we're going to fly up here all the way to Interlaken in order to make a drop off. And then, beyond that, we'll also head up as far as Sarnen, because there is an extra farm up in Sarnen. Whether we get that far today or not, probably too soon to tell. But Interlaken, goods, that's what we're doing today. There we go. We'll even follow a train just because you know what's coming, I know what's coming. It's time for the bombastic intro. You know what? It actually pains me looking at this. This train is highly profitable. Let's continue following along, but let's pull up the finances. Given how small it is, this makes a healthy amount of money. But as you can tell, just by looking at it, this thing is ancient. It's not the most ancient train we have. The heritage train is still sat in a depot somewhere. I can't remember which one, but it's in one of them, and we'll even put it back into service at some point. But this has got a nice, straightforward, point-to-point service, and it's the only train on there. As you can see, 167 passengers waiting. It is screaming out for an upgrade. Not in the least, because it's ancient. It's had it. You know what? I might just upgrade it now since we're in the area. I wasn't going to do this, but you know, let's get it done anyway. Right. Let's have a look and see what our options are here. So the Arco PAPB is definitely going to see some service. Maybe not today. We got some variants on that as well, which is always a delight. Now, what are you for? This is a Union Pacific, which, if I recall correctly, is American, and we have our description here in German. Fair enough. Top speed of 105 isn't all that. Right, we're going to go to the standalone locos. What are we actually running on there at the moment? That looks like it's... where is it? Is that a 3.5? It's not a 3.5, surely. Might be, you know. If it's not a 3.5, it's from about that era. So 100 kilometers an hour is what it's doing right now. So we need to do more than that. I'm not quite ready to abandon Steam yet, but it really depends what we've got available. We could mallard it. Stick the Gresley on there. Or the Hiawatha, which always gets me into trouble. What else? I don't know. You see, I just want to put something on there that's fairly basic that I can get done in a matter of seconds, so I can move on to doing the meat and potatoes of today's escapade. Oh, hold on. How about this this cheeky Russian number? I'm going to say N, but that's obviously not an N. But unfortunately, I have never learned Cyrillic. What else have we got? See, we've got quite a few new bits and pieces going on. No hab. Yes, 120, which is fine for the track. Maybe that's the way we go. Well, it's not that powerful, so this would be appropriate. Right, okay, you know what? We're going to go with that. Wagons, give me some coaches that look appropriate. So that's a European variant of an American train. So these British Rail are going to be too small no matter which way you cut it. Golden Sands 180. What about New Mexico 150? Well, the thing only does 120. I think we'll go with the BC4s. Why on earth not? Right, okay, so it does 98 at the moment. We'll take that up to 120, 140. I don't know, wait till we get bored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we are. Replace it now. Yes. That's 10 million well spent. All right, now we obviously have to watch this making its transition, but there's a view that's worth the price of admission. Well, somehow I've even managed to get a tunnel going under a station. You forget that occasionally fine feats of engineering have taken place as we head towards Interlaken here. Yeah, this definitely feels like a 3.5. I mean, we've topped out at 100 km/h, which is the 3.5 top speed. Are we going to be treated to anything else coming in? The only other thing we're likely to see here is a Flying Scotsman flying through here, but time is running out for that to happen. Guess not. Oh well, never mind. And into the station. Right, smashing. Okay, so this should be a nice little earner, and with a bit of luck, there is enough demand here to warrant what I've set up. 175 waiting, good. We've got space for 140, so there's still a little bit of demand left over. Right, unload all of your peoples that you have in there, and then put the next lot in, if you'd be so kind. There we go. Does this look to scale? Yeah, I should say so. That looks all right. It's got Amtrak written on it, which, given that this was a European variant, seems wrong to me. But there we go. Now, whenever you switch carriages over, as you know, because I've said it enough times, you never fill the full thing up. But that's enough for it to get underway. Right, let's go and get on with the show. In fact, we're in the right place. Let's get our station in. So we need a good station here, and the ideal would be that it runs somewhat alongside, I should say, the tracks that we already have in place, because that will look good. Right, come on, give me that. And then it's going to need to be pretty long. So something like this would be absolutely split. Oh, look, it wants to. It's not fighting me in the slightest. It actually, it wants this. The only thing that it's not doing is it's not completely parallel to the existing track. Now, I could take the existing track out and then parallel it up. There are worse ideas you've had. It's not essential by any means, but it's not a bad idea. What do you think? Something like that? How does that fit alongside there? See, that fits quite well alongside there. So that's the line we want to take, and I'm going to put it this way just a little bit so I've got room for some buffers on the end. Right there. Cheap and cheerful. Cheap and cheerful, and actually the ballast is lining up. Almost. The ballast is almost lining up. Okay, right, well, if we get rid of that, hit the pause button to avoid confusing what services we're running here, and then we'll relay that accordingly. Right, we're going to go with high speed here because now why would you do that? Why am I going high speed? I'm going with high speed so that I don't have to upgrade this again. Once we've got this in, the ideal would be that we don't have to make a subsequent revisit. Hang on, there's another bit of track there. Okay, well, no, you've pulled your junction a little early. So if we do as far as there, and then bit of that, bit of this, I can tell I'm going to have to put this station back in again. Bit of a wiggle on the end as we approach the platforms, and I'm adequately okay with that. Yeah, let's do it properly. Let's. I mean, that was only 85 grand. He says, throwing 85 grand away again. And then we'll fire that up here. Okay, right. Now, what I should be doing, of course, is I should be pairing these two both over onto the main line, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet, because that will come with, we'll even set this to be high speed so that it all matches up lovely. It doesn't want to sit alongside it, though. Now, I can fake this with a bit of, with a bit of scenery. All right. Okay. Well, that was for naught, but we have readied ourselves for future developments there. Right. Marvelous. Okay. So at the moment we're running into that end station. So I'm going to put yuck. I don't want to do that. Let's go further with it. Right. Let's then do that. There we go. It doesn't bleed any speed off that way. So this again is ripe for redevelopment. And one of the things I'm going to do in the future, obviously not now, is set up with a station. No, wow, how revolutionary of you. No, create a hub for passengers, or rather two hubs for passengers. that work in a very similar way to the hubs that I've got set up for freight. What do we like? I haven't used that one. Let's go with that. Simple and modern, rather like myself. And you're going to need a little bit more track, aren't you? Look, just go straight. There you go. Like that. That's it. And then we'll bang it on the end of there. Perfect. There you are. Just to stop it, you know, any locomotives going ploughing through half the town in a fit of exuberance. Right, now then, let's get some road up here. You know what? I'm going to use some road. I'm going to use some of this special road. Bike lanes, parallel parking. Look at all of this good stuff. Oh, this is lovely. Right, where are we? Right, so that's large street. So I assume this is medium street we've got here. Asphalt street flat, as opposed to, you know what? Let's go with brick street flat. Brick street flat. Motor vehicles, no. Let's try this on and see what we get. And if we don't like it, we'll get rid of it. Oh, that's jolly. Right, okay, we should be using that for some kind of, I don't know, something more scenic, I would have thought. What's this one? Cobbled street. No, I don't think we want that. Paving sidewalk. It's kind of basic, but it'll do quite nicely for a station approach. Right. How do you feel about that? You feel good about that? Well, I feel good about it too. I feel less good about that. Let's do that because that's, you know, that's right angle-ish. No, let's do it the other way. It's so close to what I want. That, on the other hand, makes me miss city skylines, you know, with its grid system. That makes beautiful straight lines beautifully easy. Right, if we... okay, yeah, all right, I see what you're working with there. And then something like that. That's not dissimilar to what you set up originally, but it does look... it looks exactly the same as what it did originally. No matter. Right, and then let's turn that into the same thing so it looks like it's all part of the same business. And we'll do that as well. There we are. I don't know if I've just made the old town here. It does have a kind of older look about things, but it's quite pleasant nonetheless. Right, there we go. That's good, I suppose. Hey, now what are we going to be delivering? Don't know. Let's go figure that out and then head back. All right, but we have our target now at least. Or rather, we would have if I laid it in. So let's get this going. Construction is not possible. What don't you like about that? If we do this, and then you tell me that construction is possible. Oh, I see. There's a slightly weird angle at the end. Well, that's not entirely ideal. Hello, bridge. You're a lovely bridge. You're gone now. Keep coming this way. In fact, this is how we're going to roll. All right, get as far as there. Now, here's my thinking: is what we'll do is we will branch off from this 3-track that's going on here, and we will go underground, executing some kind of corner before coming back in alongside the big boy oil route. Yeah, you don't think it's going to work? I hear you, but it's going to. Don't worry. So if we go, oh, we left it too late. No, we haven't left it too late. That's going to work just fine. Because we don't need to do over 200. If I've got a freight train doing over 200 kilometers an hour, that's quite excessive. Something like that. Yes. Except down. Down gently. Down gently is good. Keep going down. Go on. Form tunnel. I don't want to have to go super down because you affect your speed too much. But that'll do it. Right, and then we'll keep that on the straight and the level and the flat and the what have you. See how it feels about coming out over here. Except I'd rather it came out. Oh, hold on, it looks like it's done it first time. But is it crossing? It certainly looks like it might be. Yeah, we've got a mangled exit there. But you know what? It's had a go at doing it first time, and I'm pleased with that. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Right, and then we'll probably have to do something something complicated to get this to line up properly. Let's have a look and see what that's quite splendid, isn't it? Right, okay, so we need to get rid of this bit. Okay, what are you doing? That was fine. What are you playing with that for? I'm playing with that because I've got to put this one in here somewhere. So I've got to stick that one in here, like so. And then we'll pull the existing one up alongside it. Construction's possible. Don't give me that. There you go. If we do a little bit at a time, it's slightly more accepting of the new way of doing things. There we go. Hey, look at that. Right, that's root-tastic. Is that one? Right, and then we'll come out over here. Right, so that's going to do unpleasant things to the big boy on the oil route, because that train is now on the wrong track. It's going to go, minor problem, just FYI, I can't get to where I need to go. So we'll stick that in so he can get to where he needs to go. Let's get rid of all of this lot. Right, because that's we've done enough now that we can look to overhaul that and make it a little bit more appealing. Let's get rid of that as well. That's the last time I had to switch things about a bit. Right, and then we'll run this all the way down here onto there. Magnifico. Right, let's kill all of this lot as well. Oh, hello. That's it. And you. There we go. All right, let's see if that keeps the big boy happy. Or has it made the big boy sad? Both are possible. Or was it going the other way? Where has it gone? It's just stopped. Gone on strike. No path. Turn around. All right, have another go. Pretty sure there is a path. Pretty sure. If you tell me there isn't a path, then we'll have a longer conversation. But I'm fairly certain there's a path here. Meanwhile, you might as well take a full load. No path. All right. Okay. Right. Slow it down. Pause. Right. So we're coming up here. Yeah. You've got a weird bit of track left there. Look. Get rid of that. We're looking at track 3. Was it the bit that I removed? It was the bit I removed that I thought I no longer needed, but it turns out that was the bit I only just stuck in. There we are. You've got a path now. How about you haul your way up there, and then that's it. Yeah, see, you're doing more or less what I. Well, no, you're doing exactly what I'd hoped you'd figure out. There we go. Snaking its way off to make me an awful lot of money. Excellent. Right, get rid of that. And we're golden. Okay, so the next track, and I'm not even sure what I'm hauling. That's a point that I perhaps might have considered. Let's go with let's make a new line for starters, and we'll go Hub Bravo out to Interlaken. Now, pretty soon I'm going to start hitting capacity for the number of different stations that we can hit up. Interlaken Central, yeah, all right, fine, you can call it that for now. So this is going to be Hub Interlaken. The bulk goods. Bulk. I just prefer the word freight today for some reason. Only I'll spell it right. That's the thing we'll do. Meanwhile, there's the remixed of the re-edition How many have you got on board? 140. Interlaken frugly. Fru, whatever it's called. What is it called? Frutigen. Right, thank you. And that made quite a nice chunk of change there. Right, so I now need to get this this depot bit set up. You've had your time where we've not really set this up properly. Now let's set it up properly. First thing, can we add? No, you can't you can't high speed it. I mean, as much as high speeding it would be redundant. Right, let's get to work. What are you colliding? Is it guys? Because I'm trying to do 2 level crossings in one go. It doesn't like it when you do that. It prefers you to have 2 stabs at it. Now these ones are just for show. I'm not going to connect them up. We have 2 routes out, but I'm making it appear to be as busy as possible. Standard tracks. Now, I know it's nicer to have all the tracks using the same grade of steel for appearance's sake, but I also quite like the look of some of the track being aged, so it's been around for a while. Now, I may even make this a bit longer in the future. I might even use this as part of a route. I don't know yet, because this kind of siding area that we're building up here is going to also work like a fairly effective bypass for the hub approach. So I don't know. You know, we could run, for example, all of that cattle out over here through the siding. Now, you haven't really left yourself enough room to do anything with that, have you? How much did you just remove? Lots. Let's do that as well. And then we'll merge them on somehow in a moment. Right, just... There you go. Right, now, look, you're fighting me every step of the... You're trying to do something clever. Don't, all right? Don't be clever. Yeah. See, that's what I'm looking for. But I don't think it's gonna give me that, is it? All right, maybe the next one is going to be our hero piece then. Should be enough room to get some... Stop it. There isn't. All right, well, in which case, let's do... Oh, for crying out loud, everything. It's a fighting wiggly nightmare. A wiggly fighting nightmare, if you will. Oh, too much curvature. Well, if you say so. That's it. Right, good. There you are. Happy now. And then line that up. Line this up. I would be very surprised if it will allow it, but if it does, that would be... The AC, I didn't think so. No, 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 no. This is where Control Z would really come in happy. Happy? Yeah, handy. Because that's not going to work. We're going to get rid of that bit. And that bit, because what we've ended up here is too many signals, too many level crossings. Right now, what sort of road is that? Looks like, oh hello, looks like small country road, which is about 3/4 of an hour scrolling this way, and there she is. Right, get that back on there. And then you're just going to have to do something clever. Right? We don't let the track do anything clever. We save that privilege for ourselves. Too much curvature. Too much of the curvature. Alright, pull this back. Look, this is the fluffy section. I don't need to be going into, you know, a battle of wills with you at this point. How do you feel about that? You don't feel anything about that. There we go. Right. Okay. Well, at least it's complying now. Because even though the only things that are likely to be running on here at any point are going to be fixed emplacements, it would be good for it to look like it could be regularly used. Null segment. Ah, that's a new one. Can you? No, you can't because there's a set of points in the way. How do you feel about that? Alright, if I delete a little more back here, or in fact all of it, whichever comes first. There we go, off you are, and something like that. Right. That if you suits your horn at me, sir. Right, there we go. So that's that. Okay, right. We'll develop that in due course. You know what else we might do here is where's the straight bit? Probably about there. See if we can't get a straight line-ish going in this direction. Something like that. How does that look going the other way? It looks terrible. Or does it? If we do another one, how terrible does it actually look? Pretty terrible. Alright, okay. The concept, good. Execution, mediocre. And there, right. So if we go from the straight bit, which is obviously not that one, let's go from there. And then we'll eyeball straight. Oh, no, let's do it to there. To there, to here, there. Yeah, it's doing that weird snappy thing that it won't let see, because that's where I want it. That's pretty much straight, but the second I let me finger off shift, it's not having it. So we'll don't get clever with me, sunshine. There we are. We'll do that. So it's got ever such a slight bend in it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Right. I shall play more with that when it comes to the decoration portion of this mission. Right. Meanwhile, let's get some high speed up here, and then we'll think about how are we going to make this work then. So let's whiz that out over there as well. Don't know where it goes. Same with this. No idea. And then we don't need another one heading over there because we'll just use some kind of clever path type thing. We might set up a holding area on the bridge, so we'll double track the bridge maybe. Let's go as far as there, and then where's this across? Now I have no intention of running 6, 7, however many I've got here, parallel tracks out into the wide blue yonder. We'll merge that down so that we'll probably merge it down to about 4, I think, in the fullness of time. But I do need a means whereby this lot can all talk quite happily to the depots. Now then, you talk about double tracking here. Show me this on a feasibility kind of a. Yeah, I didn't think so. You're going to need a double tracked section here somewhere. The reason I'm putting this in now is because it will, well, it might aid me in putting this hub departure point in. Now, obviously, we can double track the bridge. That in itself is not too much of a challenge. Oh, you're going to fight me the entire way. Okay, what if we did something, you know, silly? I have no intention of relaying this tunnel. If you didn't see the episode where I built this bit of station, yeah, it's otherwise known as, you know, terrain alignment collision episode. All right, well, we can't double track it. There's way too much collisions going on in there. What about pulling it off the other side here? Well, it's done it, but that's not a proper connection. What about taking it off like that? Oh, okay, end of the year. It's gonna leave us in suspense while the end of the year does its thing. Spot of autosave, couple of new vehicles. You never know. What do we got? Ooh, useful. That looks like it's a the BR-101, unless I am mistaken. I'm sure you'll tell me if that's the case. No, again, not a clean, not a... I recall seeing in the trailer that you could do something like this. You could create a spur from your bridge, and the game would not object to it. Rather like it isn't doing now. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. How's that? It's not a normal piece of engineering. That in itself is pretty horrendous. Because if I fix this now, I won't have to fix it again later, and fixing things again later is what we're trying to avoid. Right. I need enough room so that I can still get ships underneath, but so that I can have a goods train just waiting. And unless I keep them short... Actually, they're only ever going to be short. How do you feel about that? Do you feel fine about that? That's about as close as it's going to get and allow me to have a set of points there. But this is evidently breaking the pillar selection. Let's try it and see what it... Oh, it's fixed the pillar selection. Alright, have I got enough space there to use that as a passing section? Possibly. Well, we'll see in a moment as this chap comes flying over the bridge. Let's have a look. I'm still not sold on this. Incidentally, I might still change it up. Where are we? Let's have a look. Just about, but you're not getting anything longer than that in there. Okay, let's have a... Oh, you deleted the bit that was actually good. Clever. Oh, look at this. It's now telling me bridge pillars are going to... Oh, no, okay. We're okay. We're okay here. It's okay. Stop panicking. Right, put that back in. And then let's get as far as here. And then... no, go a little further. Come on, you're already snapped. There you go. That's... you shouldn't be fighting me when you're already snapped. And about there, I suppose. Alright, good. There's definitely enough space there. That will do nicely. I'll even put some signals on there now. We could potence it. Wouldn't that be a sight to behold? Yeah, okay. Let's get potent. Completely redundant, of course, because it's only a single what's it. We'll put a simple surpied on here, or or not. Okay, right. Keep going. I mean, it's just sat there staring at me, going, I work, right? There's not a lot of mucking about required. You can just fling me down, and I'll do the job for you, Gov. Okay then. Oh, hold on. We can't actually put signals on here. Well, that's going to leave this somewhat redundant, isn't it? Construction's not possible anywhere on there. What am I missing? Why? Why is construction not possible? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, well, I don't need it now anyway. We'll look at it later. Remind me of this moment later. Right, okay, so what I need is the ability to get from here over there, and then all of this lot doing something that makes it look like a beautiful pattern, rather than a disorganized scrum of track. So if I were to go from here, and then just go straight across, we've got a bridge pillar collision. Well, yes, that's because of your wacky terrain encounters. Alright, let's try it going this way. All right, hold on. What, that's clear, but it's not straight. All right, okay. Let's change up our play here. That's it. Yeah, get rid of all of this. Right, because we're going to need to interface with the bridge in order to get across like so. It's not like, I mean, you know, all future upgrades on that train I can do without having to take it back to a depot or anything along those lines. But now that it's done, you know, I still want to have the ability to take it back to the depot. So if I choose that one, what sort of curve does that give us? Just slightly swan-necked. So if we go for the other one, yeah, okay, all right, that's the one we'll go for there. Okay, so that's that one. Now from that point on, we want to use this curve to dictate the route onto the rest of this setup. So if we do that, for example. Yes. That's not helpful though, is it? All right. What you know? That's the first go. We'll get it right. Don't worry. Right. Bit of this, bit of that, some of this, quite a lot of that. One of these, some of that, and one of those. All right. Let's try that again. Because I had that much fun with it the first time. Right, okay, what about the other depot? Yeah, you know, we can easily use both of them. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You came here looking for unnecessary complexity. Congratulations, that's what you've got. Do you want to do anything out there, maybe? I'm going to have to come back the other way, aren't I? Right, okay, there's the join up. So from about here to about there, like that. That looks all right. That looks all right. Okay, good. And then if we pull that off like so, you may ask yourself, you're entitled to, it's fine, why I would do, why I would go to the effort when I just, when I've got one that worked already. The answer is, reasons. Actually, slapping that in the middle there looks kind of cool. Yep, why on earth not? And then we'll run this up in parallel, just for a little, and then we'll slide it over onto that one. I'm all about giving people, you know, how would you like to leave your depot? New train? Oh, could I go through for the ludicrous middle track that then merges in an unusual kind of fashion? Oh, of course you can. Look at that. As much as it's horrible, it's also rather lovely. Let's go like this. That gives us the choice there, and then I want to do another one. Actually, we'll do another one that does the same thing out here. I want collision. What are you collision? Little too close together. Okay. This one I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. There's not quite enough space in there because those two tracks are already merging together. But we will try this again. Maybe just go as far as there. There we go. Right. Choices deluxe. Right, now then, we will slip some of these like you, for example, and you, and this one. Yep. Now, signalling here is going to be pretty straightforward because the only time these are used is if a train is depot bound or depot exiting. So the rest of the time, it's not actually needed at all. Right, I'm sure I've missed one, at least one. There we are. Right. All right, there's a lot going on there. Excellent. Madness. And then all we need to do is make this look a little bit more natural, and we're golden. So we'll natural this up by merging off that one, and then we'll merge off this one. Do you merge off something? I was pretty sure you always merged onto rather than off of. So maybe it's maybe that would be split off, merge into. Bit like that, and then if I can get a line out there, that's what I want. Okay, tell me why I can't have it. Why can't I have that? Come on, what's so complicated? You've managed to do it there. Why can't you do it here? Oh, go on. Look, it looks really pleasing. I'd be most ingratiated with you. You know what? We'll try smoothing it out. I don't think it's going to help, but we'll try it anyway. And like that. Look, I'm not doing... There's nothing too dramatic in there, surely. No, guess not. Right, and actually, if I'll worry about that at decoration time. There we go. If we double slip that, then everything can go everywhere. Beautiful. Right, now, the only downside, as I see it, is I need the ability to send trains this way only, which currently I do not have from these depots. You know, I'd have to send them up here for some reason, and then they can come back again. Well, you know what? We can do that. Let's do this. I haven't forgotten the reason we're here today. You know what? Let's do that first, because the next train I want to set up is a slightly different kettle of fish. Right, let's go for this. Now, it's the red line that we're after, which is a mixed consist. I know, I was talking about that earlier, about how I couldn't make them work. Heading out here to Interlaken. Right. The route is set. The stage is poised. And I'm going to buy a train. Right, here we go. Buy a train. Okay, right, now it's got quite a long way to go, so I want to maintain some speed wherever possible. We are all about variety at the moment, but I've been using these chaps as the mixed consist special. Let's have a look at this Fairbanks Morse Trainmaster for the Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe route. Well, it's going to do the job. I mean, it's just a question of have I used that colour? I think I have, but I'm going to use it again because it's quite natty looking. Right, I'll take one of those, please. And then wagon-wise, we're going to need anything kind of southwestern, I guess. There we go. Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe. Marvellous. 2, 3. No, that was 2. Hold your horses. 3, 4. And then we'll have the same number of tank cars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you get onto Hub Interlaken Bulk Freight. Charge. This is where I'm going to need a signal. At least one signal. Right, let's put one here, and then let's put another one here. I know we're going to be blocking points, but this is all about getting them closer to the merge on point. That's some terrible, terrible, terrible point placement, signal placement. Oh well, it's going for it. Look, it's going. I'm not hanging around. Nothing appears to be coming. Let's just get rolling. Now, have you selected the correct line? I'd be surprised if you hadn't. But no, there we go. We're off. We're in business. And you've got a double header there. Where are you heading? You're only heading as far as Thun. Oh no, but you are the food train. All right, that's okay. There we go. Anyway, right, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I've got more to do on this line, but you've had enough for today. We'll pick up from here next time around. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Erratic is the order of business right now as we finish up this section, and then once we've done so, we'll apply a judicious amount of polish, because that will be beneficial to all of us. Anyway, chuck a like at this one if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll be back pretty soon with a little bit more of the same. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.